All right. Everybody hear me okay? Everybody sound working? Trying to get my desktop figured out over here, make sure everything's ready to go. Born ready. Well, welcome on in. Where are you at, Edward? There's 94 here. Chat over here where I can see it a little bit better. Don't mind me. There it is. Gillsville, Georgia. No sound on your end, Johnny. I think that might be a you problem right now. It's still 87 here. It's 9 p.m. for me. How's it going, Jesse? Jackie was 88? 88 there? Goodness gracious. Heat waves, heat waves. Music too loud, or is it okay? Turn it down a smidge on my end, actually. That's up. I like a little bit of music in the background, otherwise I get distracted. Too hot to try. Bump that music down for you guys a little bit. It was like 94 here today. I don't even know what the heat index was. Got it now, Johnny? Good deal. Got those laser chillers maxed out. That's right. Hope everybody's had a really productive week. Put it in order for it? Right on, Jesse. Get after it. Yeah, Dennis. The Reno's a pretty sweet little machine. I've got the 45. I do wish that I would have had the 65. Not from a power standpoint, though, Dennis. More of a bed size. More of a bed size reasoning there. What kind of stuff would you work on, or do you work on if you have a laser? I found it to be a little bit small for. So my dad he's retired, semi-retired, and he does a lot of cutting boards and woodwork stuff. And his cutting boards are just sometimes, depending on the dimensions of them, sometimes they're just a little bit too wide for the bed on this. It's a 12 by 16 engraving area, but you can fit a 19. I think it was. I measured it last time. I think it was about 19 inch, maybe 19 and a half inch width inside of there. Santa, I've seen you. Santa's been really active in the Monport Facebook. Hello, big guy. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, what's this Q&A thing that just popped up here? I don't want that. I want my live chat. Huh. Oh, Monport's putting up the Q&A. Gotcha. Okay. Nebraska, where the corn grows. So we've got this Reno 45, and what I'm gonna do is, first off, I'm gonna run over kind of some of the specs on it. I don't know how many of you guys have a laser at home, or interested in getting one, or what it is, but I'm going to run over some of the specs on this machine, and then we'll talk about some of the features, what I like, what I don't like, and then we'll kind of get into. I'll answer any questions you got along the way, by the way, and then yeah, then we'll get to making something. So let me jump over to, what is it? This camera? This camera. So I'm going to talk about some of the specs real quick. Let me grab my tape measure. So like I said, it's a 12 by 16 working area in here. But like I said, you can easily fit something in here that's definitely wider than the 16. This one's, so it's right at 19. You could probably get 19 in there. It'd be a little tight. And then as far as depth goes, you're really looking at, before you kind of get too close to those stepper motors, you could easily fit a 16-inch deep in here. But the other nice thing about this is it does have a removable front to it, so you can actually put in something that's deeper. Let me move this screen a little bit, my monitor, so I can get you guys a little bit better view. 3 diodes and looking for a CO2. Jesse, this CO2, I'm telling you, it's a sweet machine. I've had 0 issues once I got it set up. Setup was a little bit tricky because I had a door switch that wasn't fully seated, and it was throwing an error, and it took a while to figure out an error. But really, after that, it's been pretty much flawless. I clean the little laser lenses every once in a while, and I do have an external exhaust hooked up, because I don't think that the exhaust that it came with it would probably be sufficient if you were running just like, because I think it's 4-inch or I think it's 5-inch line coming out of it, but I have a 6-inch hooked up to it. But I also exhausted out like 16 feet away with a couple 90s in it. So I have an inline 400 CFM to move a lot more air. But this little Monport, like I said, it's 12 by 16 work area, it's 45 watt. This one comes with the autofocus, which I will absolutely be showing you guys here in a bit because I'm going to be using it. Yeah, Edward, the 65. So the 65 is I want to say it's a 24 by 16, so it's substantially larger. Am I sure? It's not a Ryobi measuring tape. It's a Craftsman measuring tape, Alfred. So no, I'm not sure. To be completely honest. Jack, no, you do not. Because this laser will not cut through the honeycomb. It stains, as you can see. You can see the outline of all the different stuff I've been cutting. And you can see that I mostly use that top left-hand corner when I cut. Just because it's like an easy reference point for me, I guess. So you'll see a lot of the stuff that I do today in Lightburn will definitely be in that upper left-hand corner. Clean it after every season? Only if it starts giving you problems, right? How deep is it? You could, if I remember the specs correctly, you can go upwards of 4-inch. So let me show you. Let me switch to a different view here. So this honeycomb bed is actually sitting on top of the blades, the blade inserts. So you can see there are the blade inserts that it would come with as well. So you could really use either one. You know, to be completely honest, it would have been really cool if they would make it to where the frame of this honeycomb would actually sit down into this recess, and then maybe make these blades a little bit bigger. That's actually a really good suggestion for them. But you could take those blades out, but this actually moves up and down. I believe you can get up to 4 inches in here. You can get something up to 4 inches tall. You got a lot of different room on this. Yeah, so that's bottomed out right there. Yeah, way above average. So it's well, it's about 3.5 to the laser. Oops, I totally just smacked this camera up here. I'm gonna have to reposition that at some point. So that's 3 inches to the plunger, and this plunger is part of their autofocus. So really down here is where you would want to be. Now, that being said, this whole thing has a removable tray at the bottom. So you can see the desktop there. You could take these blades out. You could put something down in here if you wanted to. If you actually had something that was substantially taller than what you were trying to do. What you would normally be doing. So that's actually you actually have more room than what you think with that. So yeah, Santa, I completely agree with you. It'd be really nice to have some way of actually indexing, your corners. That would help a whole lot. Now, kind of what I've been doing is whenever I put this honeycomb in, I really just run my fingers flush on this front edge where it's, I don't know if you guys can see it, but down here where the blade bed is, I just push my fingers flush with this honeycomb right here, and I just always do that. So it's always kind of in a pretty close position, but it sure would be nice to have a true index on it, especially if you're the kind of person who does batch work. Yeah, and Monport, Santa is a heavy user on the Facebook page. I know I've seen him talk a lot. Well, yeah, Scott. So the removable bottom, it's really just a cleaning tray, but if it goes all the way through, then hell, why not just take it out and then you can actually put something even deeper in there, right? So it's a pretty neat little setup. Yep, let me fix that camera. That's gonna bug me. Good old Logitechs, right? Yep, batchwork season, guys. If you guys are using your lasers for, Christmas stuff, like it's time. Like it's time. So yeah, Jack, but it needs to set in there the same way every single time, and that's kind of the issue. Basically, you would just need to cut like a sheet of whatever it is that you're going to use to be as big as it can be from, like, see, but you can't put it, you don't really want to put anything right up close to this point here, this Z-axis thread. So you'd almost have to install your own little stop, and in two different points, and then you could easily come in and just have your pre-cut sheet that you set down in there with your reference points on it. It wouldn't be too hard. It's just something that you'd have to do. If you were really using this for batch work, like I'm more of a hobbyist, but if like you were really using this for batch work, you would probably want to do that. Yeah. Go on a USB with the laser on the first project. What? Oh, it could go out like on a USB flash drive with it. That's actually pretty smart. But a couple little pre-installed stops sure would be nice. Johnny, so they get it. Monport catches a bad rap. They have they are based overseas, and really reaching out to them on Facebook. That's one of their primary methods of contacting people for support. And then they do have a WhatsApp that's actively monitored as well. They have heard a lot of talk from the community about their support, and I've seen them stepping it up. Yeah, and so they're going to be launching a dedicated support site soon. Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to think here. The other thing that I was going to show you guys is, like I was talking about with the front of this laser. I'm not going to be using it today because it's kind of set in. But you see this big red stripe across the middle? The way that I found out about this, I accidentally bumped it. This actually slides out all the way out, and you can fit materials inside of here if they are too deep for the machine. My apologies for not having it to where I could easily access removing that entire thing. But that's actually a really nice feature. I tried to do it on some of my dad's cutting boards, but his cutting boards are too thick. What are the projects getting done tonight? So, how many of you guys were here last time? Let me ask that question first. So last time we started on doing these keychains, and it's a mix between leather and wood keychains, and we kind of started them, but I kind of wanted to revisit that, and because I figured out a couple of little things as far as how to assemble them better. But these are like, and I'm trying to think from a maker standpoint, of some way that you guys can turn a profit for as little overhead costs as possible. And so that's really what we're going to be focusing on tonight is trying to find you guys some little ideas that you can actually turn a quick profit on, especially if it's made out of something like scrap. So it's going to be part wood, it's going to be part leather. So that's option number one, is keychain. Option number two, what we could do. Well, welcome on in, guys. Lori, Jack, Scott, and Marla. Option number two is another small item that will make that's easily sold. It's not full on scrap, but you could do it with smaller pieces. It is another leatherworking project, and it's one of these. Oh, let me see. I have like a full big view of me. Yeah, I do. It's like a little, what I would call a valet tray. Kind of like a little catch-all tray. I mean, this is something that you could honestly sell for $5-8, and really actually get quite a bit of profit on with very little overhead. Chip clip looks like a cat butt. Do I have a chip clip here? What? I don't see a chip clip anywhere. Am I missing something? So anyway, you really got me thinking now. Is there a chip clip somewhere that looks like a cat butt? Oh, I should make a chip clip that looks like a cat butt. That makes a lot more sense, Alfred. Thank you for clarifying. All right, so anyway, so valet tray would be option number 2 to start with. And then option number 3, hold on, let me pull up my notes here. I have some acrylic, we could do some acrylic items. So like if you were looking at you were looking at a, I don't know, Christmas ornament, something like that, a little snowflake or something, could easily do that. So what kind of materials, big guy? Leather, wood. I think that this will do like up to 0.6 inch wood and like half-inch acrylic. Leather, wood, acrylic. What else here? What am I thinking of? Paper. I believe it does plastic as well. I haven't. If it'll do acrylic, it should be able to do plastic. Thanks, Vintari. I mean, Vintari, welcome back. I remember you from last time as well. Johnny, speed and power for acrylic. Let me look at my material library real fast here. Show you. I'm not a hoarder of my settings, so if you have any questions about settings, throw them out there. I'm happy to help. So I've cut some 5.6 mil. I go slow, 20 millimeters a second at 80% power, and it looks like I do 6 passes on that thick of acrylic. I tend to overdo my number of passes though, because I really hate to I really hate to have to try and recut. But it etches really well also. Let me see here. I've got, oh man, that's my thinner acrylic. So 30 millimeters a second, 30% power, only 2 passes. Oh, it does slate again. That's right. Slate. I've done foam with it, so I've done some packaging. And if I was packaging something and I already had the outline of it from something that I already did in Lightburn, I can just cut out a really nice shaped form piece of foam for it to set in, which is really nice. Does it do glass? So I tried to do glass, Marla, and I need to paint it. I haven't really had luck with it. It's still something that I need to toy around with, but it will do it. I just haven't dialed that part in yet. I don't have a whole bunch of glass projects that I do. Oh yeah. So yeah, if you guys are interested in doing glass, thank you, Scott. The spray would probably help with work on glass well, since it's a black coating. It's actually meant to work on metal. I've done some. Let me see here if I have any that are complete, or if these are all blank ones. These are all blank ones. But like these church keys, I would totally be fine with doing a church key as well with you guys if you were interested in that tonight. I just kind of have to get it dialed in and referenced. See it on the material list? Right on. So yeah, so what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see valet tray? Do you want to see the keychain, the wooden leather keychain? You want to see me do something in acrylic? We doing a Christmas ornament already, or you guys tell me. Do a church key? I am open to suggestions. I am not married to anything here tonight. Keychain. Or Marla's. Well, you can't say 2 of them, Marla. Really, on some porcelain? Okay. So again, Santa, that's something that I haven't dabbled in yet. I have these little canisters that have a ceramic top on them. I haven't tried it on those yet, but I'd be open to it as well. So let's see. Keychain, church key, tray, church key. You guys, church keys are pretty quick and easy. We can start with a church key. Let's start with the church key. Let's see, and I'll show you guys how the autofocus works, so we can go ahead and show off a feature as well. Ceramic tile, see, that's again, Marla, see, that's something I haven't really done. Only ceramic tile that I have laying around is the one that's underneath my fiber laser. That's just hanging out. All right, so let's fire this guy up. Sorry if it's a little bit loud. No, you can't hear it at all, except for when I'm talking. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something underneath here to act as a just kind of a surface where I can mark on and reference on. No, I would prefer to have, yeah, actually. Let's see here. I'll just grab this chunk of leather here. That'll work just fine. Cut it real quick. So, I'll just throw this leather on here. This is just going to be my base piece that I can set that guy down on. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how this autofocus works. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. You can see it a little bit better. All right. So, what I'm going to do, first off, let me zoom back out and explain to you. You see this little handle right here? This is just what makes your Z-axis go up and down. So I'm going to be turning that. You're probably not going to be able to see it on screen. That's okay. Because here's where all the magic happens. Leather patch for my hat. I don't have any of those. Those, I think leatherette tends to do better on those, especially when you sweat a whole lot. So, like I mentioned earlier, there's a little plunger right here. It's a magnetic plunger that goes up and down. You can see here, if you push on it with enough force, which is not much, it sucks back up in there. This is an ingenious little autofocus feature. So really, you just put your material down, and then you turn your Z-axis up. Until that plunger pops up. And any second now. Oh, once there it goes. So right there. Now we're focused in. I have found that to be pretty accurate. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty accurate. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure out this church key's overall length and width. And of course, my calipers don't go big enough for that. It's okay. Monport actually sent, with my laser, a ruler. I'm an inches guy until it comes time to doing this type of work, and I will absolutely use millimeters. So this guy is that 17 to 178 millimeters. So we're gonna make us a rectangle in light burn. That height is 178 and width is, I want to say these are 44, but I can't always remember. 40. Really 41. Cool. So now we've got our rectangle here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this, right, 178 millimeters. Yeah, that's right. It seems awfully big, proportion-wise. What she said. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to hit this on the leather with just a quick etch. But I'm going to turn off my fill and just do my line. Right. So let me close this guy down on the laser. So for my etching, this is just veg tan with a piece of masking tape over the top. You can see that I'm at, oh my gosh, that is clearly wrong. Should be 350, yeah. So 350 millimeters a second and just 10% power, single pass. And let's kick back over to the laser. No, we're gonna do this one so you guys can really see it. Make sure you can see it whenever that thing goes back up that way. Yeah. It's gonna be quick. This ain't gonna be anything too crazy. So let's go ahead and frame this up just so we can see what it's gonna look like. Yep. All right, let me zoom that out. Frame it again just so I can get an eyeballs on it. I actually think I'm going to move that over to the right and down just a hair. Sorry, guys. And back up a bit. Okay, so let's just hit start on this. That must have been way too fast. Anyway, you can see my corners there. You can't really, I can see it. You guys can't really see it that well. But we're going to drop this guy in here. We're going to match that up without moving our masking tape. As little as possible. Get that guy lined up. If I was doing batches of these, I would absolutely, make a jig for this. All right, let's go back over here to Lightburn. Because I know for a fact that the center on these guys is roughly, so we're still going to go with like 41 wide, but we're going to go 100 tall. That is your marking space on these little church keys. Actually, I'm going to center that. Copy that and then center it. I'm going to turn both of those into a tool path so it won't be etching those anymore. And then I'm going to line this up on top of this. There. Cool. So let me turn that off. I'm going to delete this one because I don't need it any longer and then turn that back on. So they're tool paths. They don't actually show up whenever you etch. They are just for your reference in Lightburn. Hey, Monport, if you could do me a favor and maybe write down a quick list of names so I can do the giveaways here in a bit. Because after I etch this, I'm going to do a giveaway. Let me see here. What do we want to do? Where did I swear I used to have? Okay, anyway. Let me see here. Try and find a file real quick for this. Oh yeah, I like that one. We're going to do this pretty simple. We're going to take an image that I've got online. This guy right here. This is what we're putting on our church key. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click and go to trace. And I'm going to do a sketch trace on it. Maybe fill out some of this stuff. No, you know what? I'm not going to do a sketch trace. I'm going to leave it. Leave it about like that. All right, I'm going to turn this back into a tool path. And I'm going to ungroup it. Delete that because I don't need that. Select all this and regroup it. We're going to turn it 90. And we're going to size it down. We're going to lock our dimensions, proportions. We're going to make this roughly 30. Whoa, not 356. I was thinking 35. Actually, our restriction is going to be more on our height. So let's go 85 on that then. Sweet. That looks pretty good. I remember whenever I did these before, these were about... let me delete this image. Or no, we're just going to not put that out. Free beer tomorrow. That's on the back side. The slate etching is really, really similar to what it looks like whenever you do the on the church keys as well. So that's really, you right click and go to preview. That's what she's going to look like right there. Nice and clean. What, we're at 450 millimeters a second, 30% power. Our line interval is at 0.1, single pass. That artwork needs a toast. Yeah, hell yeah. May the hinges of friendship never rust. Oh. Let's see here. So we're gonna do that. And I think we're ready to rock and roll on that, to be completely honest. If you need me to run over any of these settings again, just feel free. Give me a shout out. 450 millimeters a second, 30% power. This has a minimum power. I put it at 20. We're doing a fill. You can see that it's a fill because, well, these lines are filled in. And these are the little individual lines that it's going to be doing. So let's see what that looks like. I would have swore to God I had a loadout specifically for these church keys at one point in time. Maybe I lost it at some point. Hey Google, turn on the exhaust fan. That's right, we're fancy. All right, I think we're ready to frame this up. And fire away. Another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes for entries on the giveaway, guys. Just so y'all know, type BMS to enter. I might end up doing a second pass on this if there's a little bit of residue left over. Yeah, we're going to be giving away some some acrylic material packs. Giving away some wood material packs as well. Alfred, I don't use Alexa. I use Google. I'm a man of culture and class. See if we get you guys a little bit better angle here. That's a much worse angle, actually. Yeah, I'll do a second pass on this because it's still got a little bit of gray on it. Glenn, welcome in, welcome in. Now, in complete honesty, if I was doing this, if I was batching these out, I would be using my fiber laser. It's substantially faster just because that's how it works. It's a galvo fiber laser. But this will totally work on a CO2 as well, because you're just etching through the black, and you're not actually etching the steel. So I'm going to hit this with another pass here once it finishes. Before I touch it, because of course once I touch it, it'll never be able to line up again. Yep, yeah. Thank you, Monport. Me add me a quick while you guys are watching that. Oh my God, it's huge. There you go. Grab a paper towel. We're going to clean this off right after we're done. Since this is steel underneath, you do want to you do still have to treat it like, you know, like it's metal. It does need to be cared for. So I have this this special oil, Japanese oil that I can't even read. But I used to make knives a lot, and it really helps prevent rust on steel. I think these are stainless, so I'm not overly concerned about it. But stainless steel does still rust. So, show you guys this. Right there, I might have burnt that a little bit. No, it's not burnt. Just doesn't show up well on camera. Give it a little quick rub. Paper towel and oil. And there she is. Cheers, my brethren. So you can see that really did not take too long to come up with a quick product. And I mean, if you are the kind of if you're looking for customers, like breweries really like obviously really like their logos and stuff on things like church keys. If you can grab their logo and slap it onto a church key, I mean, that took, I mean, you guys were here with me while I did it. I mean, that took minutes to mock up. So it's not terrible. Sell it, make more, repeat, batch them out, go, 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 right? That's exactly right. I mean, that was literally just a graphic I grabbed off of the Googs. So if you had a small brewery around you that was, you know, you could sell these. I think you can get these church keys for roughly $1 a piece. So roughly $1 a piece, and then you could turn around and sell that to the brewery for $4, and they can turn around and sell it for $8. You know, yeah, it's substantially faster if you use a fiber laser. I mean, I'm not gonna show off the fiber tonight because then I'd have to move the exhaust fan and everything all the way around, and it would be a little bit of a pain. So I'm not gonna do that. The coating, no, it's not paint Sleepy Hollow. It's definitely more of like a rubberized. But it's not powder coat, right? It's not powder coat. It's more of like a rubber, almost like a rubber dip. But I don't see anywhere where they were dipped and there was like a little, you know, the little nipple at the bottom where it dripped out. So quick and easy. Quick and easy church key right there. Whoop. Easy peasy. Did not take long to do it all. Yeah, grippy paint. That's what it is, grippy paint. It's the technical term for it. So, or if you're looking for other markets, if you will, you could totally put that on sell it to bands. Is what I was trying to say. I'm trying to fix my scenes up here, guys. My desk scene. For my desk scene, we'll put that in that corner. Oh, I'm gonna run through all my scenes here real quick. Bear with me. Yep. Oh no, you guys can't see it because I'm studio mode. Okay. Cam has it. Wide view now has it. Wait. Yeah, look, there it is. Build it, make it, share it. That's right, Scott. Build it, make it, share it. Couldn't have said it better myself. Buy more stuff. Buy my stuff. All right, so let's do keychain. Let's jump over to keychain. Let's go here to this view. Let's slap in a different material. Generally, I'm pretty terrible about this, but since I'm on screen, I'm going to try and remember to lower my bed down before I try and drag things across the face of the laser lens. All right, I still have this piece of wood from last time. I think we can still use it. We'll just have to be sure and make sure we're in the right spot. So let's bring our laser over. I'm going to try and be cutting in this area. Re-autofocus here. There we are. All right, so we are focused. See how quick and easy that was? So nice. All right, let me reposition this camera because not everything is automated in this stream. Cool. We're gonna be trying to hit up this area right here. So, for you guys who weren't here last time, we are going to have a wooden piece that is adhered to the top of a piece of leather. We're gonna do the wood first. Christmas in July. That's right, Johnny. All right, so let's jump back over here. Do I want to save this? I might save this. Let me save this real quick. Toasting beers. We're gonna save that as. All right, so let's open up a new one. Actually, let's open up a pre-existing one. Where is it? Keychain. Yeah. All right, cool. So these are the keychain templates that we had done before. I'm from Texas. I don't know if you guys are aware. So we are doing a made in Texas keychain because we can. And so, yes, that's right. Hit the like button. Subscribe, guys. We don't do this because we love it. Actually, we do. That's fine. We're going to output our green real quick. I'm going to move these ones off to the side because I don't need them. And since I'm not, this is the leather in pink here. Since I'm not using that one, I have the output switched to off for you guys who aren't super familiar with Lightburn. So we're going to have both of these on. Let me double check and make sure. All right, so we have a line. So You can see here that this says multi, and you guys can't see my pop-up. So I'm sorry about that, because I'm doing an application capture. But you can see my lines. It says multi-mode here, because it has multiple cuts, a line, a fill, and a line all in the same layer. So what this is going to do is it's going to do a pass where it just does the outline of the black and the green. This is just the black one right now, so it's going to do an outline of the black at 300 millimeters a second, 10% power. It's going to do a fill inside of all of this. 2 passes, 200 speed, 12% power, 0.1 line interval, and then it does another pass around the outside to clean up after it etches. I have found that you can turn off your initial outline if you want to. Not going to hurt anything. It just kind of cleans it up, depending on the material you're doing. It's just one of those things you kind of have to mess around with. Let me see here. So, and then my green I do, which is just this outline. This is my cut line. So it's only going 20 millimeters a second, 80% power. I do 3 passes. Again, I usually overdo my passes. So you won't, I can usually get it cut in 1. I do 3 just in case. Sometimes wood can be weird. Sometimes wood has knots in it. Sometimes wood, depending on where you get your sheets of wood from, they can have glue in there or just different materials that don't necessarily like to cut really easily. So I play it safe. Whoa, you need to capitalize that T, Alfred. Is there a provision for a camera? Glenn, they are coming out with, oh gosh, what is the name of it? They have a special, an SE, I think is what it's called. They're going to have a Reno SE series. I saw it on their website just the other day. Let's go to the Reno series. I will say, Monport, your pop-ups on your website killing me. Oh, maybe it's not here anymore. They had a picture. It had an SE. It had like a coming soon picture on it. Yeah, Reno SE special edition, and I believe it's going to have a camera. They don't even like beans in their chili. That's not true. It's not true. We do like beans in our chili, but we just call it chili with beans. We don't just call it chili. Call it how it's named. Oh, don't make me rant. Cool. So I think we're ready to cut this. Again, if you need to do some screenshots, I've got my settings all right here. Happy to share them with anybody who wants them. Let's frame this up so we can make sure we're in the right spot. No, we're not. We need to come over more. Frame that. To the right a little bit more. That's looking nice. We can even go up a little bit. Sweet. There we are. So let's fire up. Let's fire that one away, guys. There is the initial outline. I'm going to go to the Alamo and I'm going to stick these little things everywhere. And on the back of them, it's going to say BMS and made by Monport. All right, so it's doing that first fill layer. It does 2 fill layers. And then it's going to do one more outline layer. One more minute to enter the first round of giveaways. Perfect timing then. So after this finishes cutting out, we're going to do that. I'm going to grab a quick spreadsheet. Monport, if you can give me an updated list of names, that would be amazing. We got Scott Johnson. We got JC. Lori. Elfreddy. Might just take Elfreddy off of there because she's bad-mouthing Chili. Talking blasphemous things. A and B things. I'm just going to put Santa. Marla. Glenn. We have a Transposia. Did I get Johnny on there? Johnny King? You wanna enter this giveaway, Johnny King? Gotta type BMS in chat. Yep, I got Transposia. Jonathan Humphreys, are you want to jump in on this giveaway here, man? All right, sweet. So it's doing the outline there. And it really just cleans it up. It gives it an extra little crisp. Now it's doing the cut. Like I said, it usually does this on 2 passes. You want to go a little bit quicker. Don't want it to char too much. Oh, Scott, you get 4 entries. Oh. And then, cool. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try and show you guys my screen real quick. See here. Go into studio mode. I'm sorry that I was not completely ready for this. I didn't know I was going to be using Excel, but that's okay. Do a window capture. Actually, no. Yes, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Your chili's top notch. What's your secret ingredient? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me like proportions of everything you put in there. Just tell me. I should be able to do it over here. Do it over here. I got 14 entries currently. Beans? No. It's not beans. Oh, JR Leatherworks, huh? Heinz ketchup and brown sugar. I mean, let's be clear. Hunt's ketchup, garbage. Total garbage. Let's see here. Display capture, is that what it is? Display capture. Copy that. I'm gonna throw it up into this one here, just because I'm already here. Cool. 5 different beans. You should call it chili with beans. Okay, so I've got you can see over here I've got 14 entries. And I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 14. I mean, this is just about as simple as we can get, guys. Is anybody? We got about 10 seconds to enter one more time. All right. If you haven't entered yet, now's the time to do it. Hot honey is so good, so good. Hot honey could take the place of adding brown sugar in your chili, because I do like brown sugar in my chili. All right, closing entries. Whoa. All right. Let's pick. It's number 4. That is Sleepy Hollow Woodwork. Sleepy Hollow, are you here? Claim your prize. Claim your prize. Hey, guy, you're already in here. I already had you in here. All right, let's jump back over to. All right, so you can clearly see we've got a cutout here now. Nice tight fit. Nice. Love it. Gotta love it. Sweet. Another really cool thing you could do is if you wanted to paint this wood before. I didn't even transition over, I'm sorry. If you wanted to paint this wood beforehand, and then you go through an etch and you take the paint off, and then you're left with wood on the inside, but painted wood on the highest level. Sleepy Hollow, excellent. Do you want? Did you want acrylic or did you want plywood? What is your choice? So you can even see here it got a little bit darker down here at the bottom, and I wonder if that's just something that was in the wood or just that layer of wood, or I don't know, man. That turned out pretty nice. It glues up really nicely as well. Let's see here. So I think the next part of this is we're gonna cut out the leather. Acrylic. All right. Write that over here. ACRYLIC. Oh, we're gonna pick 2 more. Oh, cool, sweet. Excellent. Let me turn this back on. We're gonna pick 2 more winners. Are we ready? Sleepy Hollow, I'm sorry. If you get pulled again, I'm gonna have to give it to somebody else. Maybe. Maybe not. Monport, what email do you want them to send it to? Do you remember what email? You want to just shoot you an email then? Cool. Or, let me see here. I was gonna say you could Sleepy Hollow if you wanted to. You could send me your email. Sales at monportlaser.com. I'm going to assume that that last K is not supposed to be on there. Yeah, without the K. Gotcha. Yeah, Johnny, dude, this thing is so easy, man. Once you have the right settings for the material, it is like plug and play. It's just go. Like, make sure you frame it up to where you're not going to be cutting into an empty space or whatever. And it's quick. It's quick and easy, man. So, like, imagine if you had a sheet of plywood in here. You could set that. You could batch out a whole bunch of these, and then you can do the same thing that I'm about to do with the leather here in just a minute as well. You need the acrylic? We're still giving away stuff, Johnny King. Johnny, you're not even in the giveaway. You didn't type BMS, did you? I'm going to add you right now whether you like it or not, Johnny King. It is now, Johnny King. 2 more giveaways. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Number 1, Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson, claim your prize. Claim your prize, Scott Johnson. What do you want? Wood or acrylic? Dude, Michael, it's so easy, dude. The whole barrier is pretty low. All right, let's do another giveaway. Michael, I'm putting you in. Michael, do you want to be in the giveaway? You want to maybe win? Type BMS. What is it? D-E-H-A-R-T? Okay. All right, Scott Johnson, you need to claim your prize. I don't know what you got, but I'm making you yellow. You've already been chosen. All right, let's give it away another one. Now we're going to go to 16, though. You're the least tech-savvy guy in the world? Dude, this is not hard. It's really not. Scott Johnson wants acrylic. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, yeah, that's what he wants. Cool. You're in it, Michael. Let's go. Number 16, Michael DeHart. You just won. This seems rigged. Michael, what do you want? Do you want acrylic or do you want wood? Johnny King, I tried, man. I tried. We're giving away more, Johnny. Just hang tight, dude. Hang tight. Does it come with a library of settings? No. But Lori, I'm totally like if you have any questions, I'm happy to give you settings. There's some videos out there that we've done. I don't know if we should really push those or not, but we're going to right now. It's Build Make Share on YouTube as well. We're adding Jack as well. Okay, sorry, Jack K. Michael wants wood. And I'm sorry. So there's videos out there, Lori, Build Make Share's YouTube, where they have every video that we do, we talk about settings. We give our settings away. Johnny, don't worry. We'll give you what you want, man. It's cool. Don't worry about it. But we talk about our settings in every video. We're not here to hide settings. I think that's stupid. I think if you're going to be greedy with settings, that you probably shouldn't be making videos about like what this laser can do and like dangling that kind of crap in front of people's faces. I don't like that. Share the settings. Like if the people who are watching your video already have lasers, like give them the settings. Like don't make them waste material just because you have the settings already. Should we do another giveaway, Monport, or should we jump over to the leather? While you talk, I'm gonna get the one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. 2 more? You don't know? Dealer's choice? All right, fine. I'll do 2 more. All right, so we still got we got 1 through 17 now. While it's working, okay, fair. So let's well, the leather doesn't take that long. That's cool though. Let me actually let me switch over to the leather. Hell, I'll just use this piece of scrap I got here. Cut that off. See, again, this is the perfect project and cheap little project to make with scrap pieces of leather that you've just got laying around. Cool. Let's bump this guy over a little bit. We're gonna do our autofocus. There she is. Close her down. Set this guy right here again. You like that we made in text? Dude, Michael, I'm totally, like, if you want me to share files with you, I don't care, man. Like, I'm not here to, like, keep secrets from people. Let's frame this up real quick. I definitely need to. This is why you frame things, because it was framing this again, and that's not what I need. I need this to be on and those to be off. I'm gonna cut out 2 of these just in case I screw it up. Frame that up. Might have to bump that down just a smidge. Frame it up. Perfect. So you get to see how well this cuts leather too. So easily. Cool. I think that this is already set on my leather, but I'm gonna check again. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. So I think we're ready to go. If you guys have never cut leather before, it stinks. That's another reason I have a really beefed up exhaust on here. Ooh, Aaron's in. Aaron Johnson's in. Aaron Johnson. Aaron, are you with Scott? Are you trying to double up and get extra stuff? Can't sneak one past me. Dude, Johnny, the autofocus is so nice. It's just like one of those little creature comforts that's just like, man, this sure makes it a lot easier to use. It's not anything that's like necessary, but damn, it sure just makes it so much easier to do. So much easier. In a different room. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get this cut. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up here. Yeah, Heimer, absolutely. Oh, I need to add Jay Heimer here. Jay Heimer. 27. All right, so we've got 19 giveaway. Autofocus is great if you remember to hit the button before you... Yeah, I've done that before on the fiber, that's for sure. I've done that before on the fiber, absolutely. All right, so now we've got 19 entries. Let's see, we're gonna do 2 more giveaways here. Did we have any other Jayheimer, Aaron Johnson? Cool. All right, we got everybody. I think we've got everybody, unless there's anybody who's coming in here. We're gonna give 2 more away right now. And oh, we can do it. Can we do it on a spinner? Oh yeah, wheel size, cool. Put 19. Put 19 numbers on the spinner. It looks like it's number 3, which is Jesse. Jesse, choose your prize. You still here, Jesse? I've done that before on the Fiber Santa, for sure. Absolutely. Jesse! Jesse! I know there's a little bit of a lag from... There's Jesse. Wood. Monport, you want to throw that email back in there? This sales at Monport... Sales at Monport Laser? Sales at monportlaser.com. So you'll just email sales at monportlaser.com and tell them what you won. So there's Jesse. Jesse wanted wood, right? Yep. Wanted wood. I need to zoom my... All right, cool. Let's do another one real quick. Spin that wheel. Number 7, A and B things. What does the A and the B stand for? Things. A and B things, you still here? Johnny, I'm trying, man. I'm trying so hard. I want to give you free things. All right. So you can see, coming off the laser, boom, she's done. She's out. This one's got a little bitty thingy-mabobber in it, but I just flick it right on out of there. So cool. Quick, easy. You know what? Another thing that I should have done on these was, it's what I meant to do in the past, was add an outline of the Texas, the green from Lightburn. Let me turn this off real quick. From the green from the Lightburn etch, I want to do a little one of those in here. That way that I would know exactly where to place it whenever I'm doing my glue up. Should have done that. A and B things. If you don't speak up, we re-roll. I'm gonna move this onto here, just like so. That's about right. And then I'm gonna take. Let me see here. How do I do this? I copy that, paste it over here, but then I want to delete that and group those. So that way, next time, I'll know to keep that on there. A and B things? No, all right, we got to re-roll for A and B things. A and B things is not speaking up. A and B things, I'm going to turn your color to red. You made me so angry. Let's re-roll. Come on, Scott. I mean, Johnny. Johnny? Nope, big guy C. Big guy C. What do you want, wood or acrylic? Hey, Johnny, for real. I hope you get your free spray. And everybody should go, and they should go and get their free spray at monportlaser.com. Use the code MPSPRAY. You get a free can. I don't even think you have to purchase anything. But if you do, I mean, purchase it. Ooh. Big guy, yes. Wood or acrylic? What would you like, sir? I'm gonna guess acrylic. acrylic. I knew it. I knew it. Cool, so we've given away 3 acrylics and 1 wood. Good guess. Good guess. Sweet. So, next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you kind of like how we will assemble this. So let me move this camera real quick. Try and not make you guys seasick. Cool. I'll be able to work like right here. That's nice. And then we'll do a valet tray here in a second as well. Let me zoom in on this for you guys. I'm going to keep this in. That's going to help me know where to work. All right. So, over here, you've got your little outlines now. This is a masking tape that you put on here. First off, you can tell the outside of the leather is charred. Yes, you cut this with laser and heat, it burns it. That's how it works. But I have noticed, at least on veg tan leather, which is what this is, the smell actually goes away after a little while. Like after maybe a day and a half or so. So like if you're batching these things out, like giving them away or something, like they're not going to stink to high heaven forever. And then if you do an edge coat on them, it's going to not stink even sooner. With the masking tape on these, you don't want to pull it up when you're removing it. You want to peel it back like this. It keeps it from messing up the top layer of the leather. And you can dye these. We'll actually probably dye one of these or 2 of these, dye both of these. You took advantage of the free spray. Only tried it on one project, but it worked very well. Awesome, Glenn. I have yet to try it, but I really need to. I really do need to. I just don't do... I have a fiber, so I'm not really marking metal on the CO2 whenever I have a fiber that does it a little bit better. I'll try and get some for the next stream, though. That way I can actually show it off, because like I said, I've never used it before. Let's dye these. Let's do 1 green and what, 1 yellow? Yeah, let's do a green and a yellow. Let's do green and blue. Let's do green and blue. 1 green, 1 blue. One green, 1 blue. Let me grab a paper towel. I don't like to get dye everywhere if I can avoid it. So this is just Phoebing's Pro Dye. Nothing crazy. You can get this at Tandy or any leather store. Phoebing's is one of the biggest leather dye companies out there. Most of this is going to be taken up by the wood, so not really a huge deal. Blue is done. Grab another paper towel real quick. And then this is Angelus Green. Bought this dye for, I did a wallet for a gentleman who went to Baylor. Baylor's got that green and yellow Baylor Bears. I'll probably give this to him since I work with him. But again, you can see how you can easily batch these things out if you're thinking ahead, thinking of your steps ahead of time. Let me let those dry for just a second while I grab the rivets that we're going to use. I spent some time earlier today sharpening my knives, and I am so glad I did. So you can see that dye is a little bit splotchy on that green, but that doesn't really matter. It's all going to get covered up. We're just going to use these little rivets. And where did I put my glue? I set it somewhere, would be easily accessible. There it is. Cool. This is just leather glue that you can get any fabric store, really. Here was our made in Texas. Really what you want to do, you want to make sure that you can fit your grommet through there first, your rivet, so that way you can get a good lineup on exactly where you want your wooden piece to go. So what I'm going to do, get a little bit of a scratch all. This is why it would have been really nice if I would have thought ahead and marked out exactly where this was going to be ahead of time. Come around here, and down here. That way I could see all of those spots in here. And then you rough the leather up just a smidge so that glue has a little bit more to stick to. Do the same thing with the blue. Just kind of eyeball it. Just want to give that leather something to stick to once it gets, or the wood something to stick to once it gets down in there. Won't really want to stick to the smooth leather piece there. And we're going to glue these up, and after we glue these up, we will jump right over to the valet tray. Alright, so it's a little bit of glue. Pretty tacky stuff. A little bit more than that. And these are easily made custom keychains that you can make for customers, make for people, sell them. I mean, I don't know what you would charge for one of these. Kind of up to you, and depending on how complex your design was, or what your overhead is, what your material costs are. Nice little keychain there. I have another one that I'd cut out before right here as well. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do we'll go ahead and set the rivet. Hope you guys don't mind a little bit of bang smashing. So what I do is I take, this is just a big drill bit that I've been using. Actually gonna move my spraying it over here. It's just a big drill bit, and I use it to start, just kind of barely tap and rotate it at the same time. Rotate the drill bit, not the entire piece. That way it starts to smush that rivet outward. And you'll see that it starts to smush that rivet outward, and then you can go in and you can hit it and make it really collapse all the way around the other outside edge. So I'm not going to sit here and make you guys listen to me smash metal. Go ahead and get this other one glued up real quick. And then we will move on to the valet tray. Show you guys another quick, easy little project. Made one the other day with my daughter, just after she got home from school one day before dinner. So nothing overly complex. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. And people love them. You can just take those and you can just take a little squeeze clamp, just push it on there, let it sit while it dries. So, you see right there? Got 2 of those ready to go. What glue am I using, Santa? This is just stuff, like I said, I got it from like Michael's or somewhere. Leather and suede glue by Aline. Is this the best glue? No. It works though. I've got a couple of these keychains that have been tossed around here in the shop for a while, and they haven't shown any wear really. The glue's held up pretty well, so kind of impressed with it for how cheap it was. For leather working, I use Acrylic 315. Leather to leather. This bond is some of the best out there. For a water-based adhesive. Another really good one is Barge, but it's more of a contact cement. It's going to have a really strong solvent smell. This stuff has no smell, water-based, really easy. So I like both of them. They both have different uses. Those are pretty good. Let's see here. All right, let me jump back over here to the desk. We're gonna do valet tray. Valet tray. So let me save this. Open up a new one. Light burn files, valet trays. Let's do my small poly tray. No, I'll kind of position that up in that top corner while I go set my material in. And this is the same leather that I was using before, so I don't really need to redo the autofocus on it. You can see it's got, I don't know if you can see on the screen. No, not really. It's got a little bit of a bow in it. A little bit of a... Switch camera. See, it's got a little bit of bounce in it. So that's why I have this on here, just so it kind of holds it down. It's never flown away on me, but better safe than sorry. Jump back to light burn. Cool. So this is just a file that I found online again for just this little tray. You could upsize this as much as you wanted to. You just got to remember to change your hole sizes to be the right size. Again, I'm cutting this with Usually I'd have like a logo in the middle of it. You can see I was doing some wallets as well. Ooh, I could do a topography over this. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that. See if we can do that. So let me this over here. Oh, you make this a toolpath, I believe. What is this? And like, select both. Oh, how do you mask? I can't remember how to mask. You know what I could do? Would be kind of be a cheaty way of doing it. Would just be to cut this out, remove all the excess around the outside, and then have it do this pass over it. How key is air assist? It's pretty important. I try and use it on just about everything, because it just blows. You know, it just kind of blows some of the swath out of the way as well. Is it this one, or does it have to be an image? Maybe it has to be an image when you mask. What was it? Hold on, let me use the Google real quick. Creating a mask in light burn. Import your image. You draw a closed shape. Mickey! Mad Yen Mickey. Is it EY? Nope, just Y. And Megal did it tonight? No, it doesn't help me much. Draw a closed image. Shape will act as your mask. Oh, maybe it's because I have these other... I think that's what it is. Yeah, apply masked image. Boom, there it is. Cool. So then I can take this. Actually, let me figure out what do I want that to look like first. Something like that. Sure. Make sure and output that and not output that. Ooh, can I do it with this one though? Hold on a second. Yeah, it looks kind of crappy. I'm not gonna lie. Adjust this image in a little bit more. All these little dots I do not like. I'd rather have white dots than dots all the way around the edges. Ooh, now we're talking. We're cooking with gas now. All right, so let me group these together. Hit that in the middle. Take this, group that together. But no, that's not fine. Oh, you're gonna be like that? All right, now we're gonna group all that together. Move it up here. You like that design? Yeah. Oh, image you think, yeah. All right, cool. So we have a toolpath. That's obviously not going to be lasered at all. We've got our, so if we turn the toolpath off, I can do that. Turn that off because that's one of the other images. All right, so let's turn this. So this is our cut. And this is going to be our etch. Let me turn that off real quick. Let's look and see what this is going to look like. It's going to look like that, which is cool. I just need this to be... I'm going to go leather. Let me see here. What is this? My fill is 250 tin 10. All right, so I need this speed to be 250. Power max 10. Power minimum 10. One pass. Oof, I probably need to be doing 2 passes on this. 250, 10, 10. I'm going to change. Yep. 0.12 line interval. 0.1 should be fine then on that line interval. Okay, cool. I think this is ready to rock and roll then. We're gonna give this a shot. I haven't done this one before. So let's give it a go. Let me switch cameras for you guys. Boom. Let me see here. Just a heads up. Oh, we're gonna do another 6 giveaway drawings. Excellent. Perfect. Can anybody think of what I'm forgetting? If I'm forgetting anything. For anybody who's new that just popped in here, we're doing a giveaway, so type BMS if you have not done so yet. Type it in chat, enter to win some free giveaways. We're giving away some acrylic, we're giving away some wood packs. Oh, Marla. That was one of the first things I tried. I tried it on cotton t-shirt. Like my kid had some old like t-shirts from whenever she was like 2 years old. And it pretty much obliterated. By the time it etched through the dye, it was obliterating the cotton. So it wasn't cutting through it, like, but once you picked it up and touched it, it was basically just kind of disintegrating. I don't know. All right, let's run this guy. Johnny's still here. Johnny, I'm trying, Johnny. Now, Marla, I don't know about denim. Denim's substantially thicker than just a cotton t-shirt. Lightburn is not responding. What did you do? Extra entries for Aaron, huh? Johnny, do you know what what BMS stands for? Oh, why is Lightburn? What are you doing? You guys can't see it, but it is not responding and it's grayed out. No, what does BMS stand for? What does the B, the M, and the S stand for? That's the question. Did you, Johnny? Well, let me, I'm gonna have to kill Lightburn here. Because it's, she's not responding, guys. That doesn't happen very often at all. Give me just a second. Yes, you have a backup. Good, that's what I wanted. Black marking spray. Oh, you. Johnny, come on, man. I'm trying, Johnny. Now we're up to 26 entries. Oh, man, that's good. Good job, Johnny. Let me see here. All right, I think we're ready to go. Are you gonna go? Okay, you are running. Oh, it's doing the etch first. I don't know if I should have done that. That's okay. All right, I can already tell you that we're gonna need to probably run our etch a second time. I didn't hit it very hard on the etch. You can kind of see it there. You can see it in the shadows. It's definitely pulling away that top layer. We'll run it again, though. All right, let's do a giveaway while that's running. Turn my display capture back on. Look, Johnny, I got you in here. Aaron, I got you in here. You didn't want to say black marking spray and be wrong. Big guy, you have a great one. Be sure and email sales@monportlaser.com to claim your prize. Yes, Big Guy Steve streams on Twitch, if you guys don't know him. He's a fantastic fella. Let's give her a spin. Number 5, Lori C. Lori C. You still here, Lori? Yes. Always ask before you're cut. I know. Man, I haven't dropped any frames. This is great. Streaming at 8,200 kilobits per second. Been going for almost 2 hours. We're rocking and rolling, guys. Lori. All right, we're going to have to re-roll you, Lori. All right, we're re-rolling. You're out, Lori. Come on, Johnny King. Number 2. Nope, Big Guy. Big Guy's not even here. Re-roll. Number 16. Ah, we already got a 16. Really? Number 3. Number 9, Marla. Marla, are you still here? Johnny, I don't know. I haven't seen a reason to do that at this point in time. Marla's here. Marla, congratulations. What would you like? Wood pack or acrylic pack? Lori's here too. Cool. All right, Lori, you're still here. Lori, you're still here. Marla and Lori both. What do you find people want? Wood or acrylic? Lori would like acrylic. Acrylic. Marla, let me know what you want. Johnny, I'm trying, dude. I swear to God, Johnny, I'm gonna buy you a material pack of acrylic and have it shipped to you. Marla wants acrylic as well. All right. Johnny. Number 6, Elfreddy. Oh gosh, she's the chili person, right? Remember, just be sure to email sales. I'll type it in here: sales@monportlaser.com. Alfred, you better claim. I'm trying, Johnny, dude. All right. Oh, there. I was about to skip Alfred. I was about to skip Alfred. I sure was. I wasn't gonna think twice about it. Alfred, what would you like? You're gonna donate yours to Johnny. Johnny. Dude. Now I gotta root for Aaron. Aaron, come on. Take it, Johnny. Take it. Which one of Johnny's do I pull off, though? I think I would pull off the number 15. Nope, Johnny, you're getting it, buddy. Johnny wanted acrylic. All right, Aaron needs wood. God, Aaron, let's get you some wood. All right, Aaron, we're gonna do one more at the end of the stream, and I swear I am rooting for you. Okay. See, Monport ladies are rooting for you too. Man, you can't even see it at all right there. You can see it right there though. I don't feel right, but I will take it. Yes, yes, excellent. That's weird. You can see that kind of that topographical pattern right there, but definitely not from overhead. Look at all my smudgy fingerprints all over that damn lid. They could make a smudge-proof lid. That would sure would be nice too. Attaboy. Yeah, you take it. Aaron, I'm rooting for you, Aaron. At the end of the stream. So hang tight, Aaron, okay? Hang tight. It will. It'll show up. I actually thought about leaving the mask on and hitting it with dye before pulling the mask off. But that's risky. It'll definitely show. It's etched. Now, how much of it is only etching through the mask, the masking tape? That I'm not sure of. That I'm not sure of. Man, you can see it clear as day right there, though. It could look really cool, right, Aaron? I say we risk it. I say we do that. I say we... Man, let me see here. See, here's the other thing is, like, you can't move it, right? You can't... So this is why I keep this heavy piece of metal, chunk of steel laying around. And I'm going to put it on here so I don't accidentally move anything. Yeah, I think it needs to run another etch. I think it needs to run another etch. So let me jump back into Lightburn. I'm going to turn off my outer line and just run it again. Yeah. I use Phoebing's dye. Phoebing's leather dye. It's an alcohol-based dye, and you could smell it. I mean, Phoebing's, and then Angelus is the other one I use. Show you. And I mean, they've got a pretty. They're flammable. They're alcohol-based. So like, that's the other thing I worry about is that it seeps through. So it's really super thin, right? So I'm also afraid it might seep through the mask. Magnets for times like this, yeah. I just had that giant chunk of steel laying around, so I was like, I mean, this goes great. All right, that's definitely getting through. You can see where it's not burning, but it's singeing. This is basically alcohol ink, Marla. Yeah. Yeah, this is basic. It's from what I understand, it's basically alcohol ink. Scott doesn't let you play with leather much. You use a lot of alcohol inks, markers, and love them. Yeah. Does the alcohol ink go through masking tape? Do you know? Have you tried it like that? So what I'll probably do, I might dye this one. Because the other thing is demasking it takes a while. And I don't want to basically make you guys sit here while I peel tape. Never tried it? No. Good job, Johnny. Take it, buddy. But it could bleed through the edge. That would be a little bit. You know what? What I should have done would be, smarter person would have dyed the leather first, and then masked it and lasered it, and then you could just have your negative of that. Oh, you can see it way better there. So anyway, this laser, I'm telling you, this little Monport Reno 45, the Pro makes is with the autofocus. I'm telling you, man, this thing's money. And like I said at the beginning, is like I'm really more of just like a hobbyist, and this thing's great. Well, you demask if it comes off in layers, you could dye each layer. True. Yeah, yeah. My daughter has some of those. She probably has some of those alcohol ink markers. Is I mean, you could use tempera paint probably too. I don't know. Does that stick to leather? Does that hold up on leather at all? It's the coolest thing I've made. I don't know. I got on a real big kick of like with the fiber, just laser marking everything that I own. So like, I do it to these. Yeah. So like, I got on a kick where I was just like, I'm gonna write property of Case and Hicks on here, and so like I've got it on everything. I've got it on tons of different stuff. Just marking random stuff up. Um, yeah, yeah, like shrimp tempura. You know, the panko crust. Tempura. Yeah, it's cheap. Does it stick to leather well? I haven't really tried. Um, coolest thing that I've done was probably, all right. Let me see. Is it on this chunk? No, where's that? Where's that piece of steel? It was for a video that I did. Where did I put that? Is this it? So the fiber laser that I've got, the cool thing about fiber lasers is it does colors. And so this is a piece of 306 stainless, and that's the color variety that you can get from a MOPA fiber laser right there. I use this as a reference chart for all the different colors that I can get. Have I lasered on food? I have not. I tried to laser on a Pringle once with my fiber laser. It didn't go over so well. I had one. You guys are going to make me pull up the YouTube video. Zoom, enhance, show more color. Hold on. I'll show you the colors. Give me a sec. I'm gonna make it work. I don't think I erased the other one that I'm thinking of though. This one's got a couple like oh, this is way better. I got some black Sharpie on this one. Just because oops. Because I was marking it off as I was trying to color something out. Lots of cool colors. Lots of cool colors. Good job, Scott. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've done some dog tags. But you can get a lot of cool colors from a MOPA laser. Oh, we're done. Done skis. But anyway, I had done Bluey. Bluey was what I did. Is what I'm trying to think of. Let me pull it up. It was Bandit from Bluey. All right. Well, you guys don't want to hear me talking. You see here. Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah. Look at that video. We did Bandit. And the final that's what it looked like. It was freaking cool, man. It was on that chunk of steel. I guess I must have cleaned it off. Guess I must have cleaned it off. But that was a really fun project, learning how to do the colors on it. The colors on stainless is really neat. I mean, if you, how long are you talking, Johnny? Let me get this out off of here. And we'll just kind of show it to you guys. So you can see here, pops right on out. All these little bitty holes got filled in. Get those all cleaned out. One that's hanging in there. Giveaway now. All right, we're doing giveaway now. We're doing giveaway now, Johnny. We're doing giveaway now. We're gonna do it right now, Johnny. Number 18. That's Aaron. Aaron. We got you, Aaron. We've got you, Aaron. Leather's great. It just stinks. That's the only problem with leather. It stinks. No. I am calling your name, Aaron. And I did. Exactly. Johnny, you already got your acrylic pack. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Good job, honey. Good job. Aaron, what did you want? Need the wood now. All right. Well, you heard her, Scott. Not me. I didn't say it. I'm not going to give you a Texas colloquialism. I had some that popped in my head, but I'm not going to say them on stream. So you guys can see this actually turned out pretty nice. I'm going to probably dye this and see if it works. If you guys want to hang out, I'll dye it on stream right here. Spin you guys around. What color do we dye it? What color do we dye it? That's the question. That's the question. I don't have a huge assortment of dyes. If I put yellow on there, it might just look like rivers of pee, which I don't really necessarily want to do. I hear in North Carolina that it's harder than 2 rats banging in a wool sock. That's what I've heard. Kind of wish I had a purple, but I don't. Army green? Yeah, green. I mean, right now I think it's hotter in North Carolina than it is in Texas. Nice thing about these dyes is they dry super fast. Miserable in North Carolina right now, yeah. Weaklings. Yeah, yeah, Santa, right? I used to work in my garage like when COVID happened. It was just kind of like I was already streaming out there doing knife making, and ended up COVID happened, and then we ended up kind of just shifting our operations to the house, and yeah, it was hot in the summer. We started out in March, right? That's whenever that's when it all kicked off, and then March wasn't too bad, but once June and July came around, pretty terrible. Awesome, Aaron. Awesome. Thank you. All right, we're going to be doing what's called burnishing, kind of the back of this. This is a product called Tokonol. It's some creamy stuff. But it helps lay these leather fibers on the back down and keep them down and smooth. Just kind of put it on there and work it into the fibers, and then we'll rub it. And it smells delicious. We got some good rain. Was it yesterday? It did rain for us yesterday. But only like a quarter inch. But man, it sure did come down like a quarter inch all at once. That summer North Carolina house, God. Most people would summer at the North Pole, Santa, and winter in North Carolina. Or Texas, if you really hate snow, you know, you could really just move to Texas, and we rarely get it. And when we do, it's just miserable. But everything shuts down, which is kind of nice. So that's gonna, hopefully, that holds all those fibers down at on the back end of the leather. Grab my stool here. Let's get to demasking. See how this worked out. This could be a complete total fail. It's always nice to try brand new things on stream in front of a bunch of people when you don't even know if they're gonna work or not. And I don't think it is. I definitely should have etched a little bit more. Definitely should have etched a little bit more. I didn't even get through the masking tape on it. Or I did, but like the adhesive was still on it. So the pattern is still there, and then there's some splotchy spots where it did get through the masking. That's just great. That's wonderful. Total fail. But you guys were here for it. Wow, this would just be best to just dye this whole thing green now, probably. Be the smart move. Here we are. Now, here it is. Amazing. Miracles of modern technology. Well, there you go, folks. That's one of those things that you just got to keep on trying it out to see if it's going to work or not. This one did not. So, we're just going to dye the whole thing green. But we're also going to do it in a streaky pattern to make it look like we intentionally did some of this. Don't worry, I'll come back and fix it. And if I don't like the way this looks, I'll go over it again and I'll cover up every single one of those damn streaks. Good job, Lori. Right on. That's right. Champions adjust. That's what we're doing. Make it work. Live and learn and live to burn. Put this up in front of the air. Blow those alcohol fumes right into my face. It's great. Really, after this, it's just setting rivets. I mean, I'm trying to show you guys kind of like a really quick and easy project, right? So, I mean, here we are. It's really just rivets after this. Do I want copper rivets? Probably not. Probably go with kind of like a gunmetal. Ooh, or matte black. Let's go matte black. No. We'll go gunmetal matte. Next time I dye leather, have a small spray bottle of alcohol. Miss the dye job, it'll speckle. I've done that with a. I've done it with a. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I do it with a paintbrush, and 1, 2, 3, maybe 2 more studs. Do it with a paintbrush. Just dip the tip of just a cheap little paintbrush, and then just kind of like tap it on my finger like this, and just kind of get it to speckle. I've done that a number of different times. That's actually how I got this one to look like this. It was just speckles. Show you. Just speckles of different colors in there. It's actually a really easy way to dye things, just because it's so, like, you can't really screw it up. I've also heard that the shaving cream method, I've seen some shaving cream methods. Those look really cool too. I think my daughter would. I should really try that with my daughter. We want to do another giveaway? You don't have to tell me twice. Wait. Oh, God. Wait. We're not. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'll go back to what I was doing. You just get your stuff figured out first. Oh, we could give away a rotary. Let's make sure that everybody's back for the rotary. Who has? I want to know who has a laser that would benefit from a rotary. You see that green's really lightening up and popping out. Mahoda, what's up? We should do a re-entry. I mean, I'm open to doing a re-entry because it's something that's totally different, right? Will you take care of that re-entry while I set some rivets? Is that something that you could do? I'm gonna mute myself so you guys don't hear me blasting away with this mallet. It's okay. It's okay, Mahoda. You're here. Okay, I'm back. You do have a Monport, but the rotary won't work with it. Oh, one of the K40s. Oh, Scott, hey, somebody needs a new laser. All right, we got a 10-minute entry time on this. Let me take some names down real quick. Let me come back over here. This. We're going to clear this out. Actually, no, I'm just going to... I might need that later. We're going to open up back over here. We're going to see who... All right, so Aaron Johnson. Scott Johnson. Johnny King. Tony Stark. God. Iron Man in here. Lori C. Sleepy Hollow. Got Marla. Glenn. Santa. You know, Santa, you should just be able to get your own rotary, right? I mean, you are Santa Claus. Mickey. L. Freddy. All right, Alfred was the last one that I see so far. We'll give it a couple more minutes. So as you guys can see, the I mean, that was quick. That was easy. This is totally something that you can do with really small pieces of leather. That, you know, the cutting of the actual leather itself, super quick. Yeah, the etching that we tried to do took longer. That was a pretty massive fail. I think it could easily be, you know, it could easily be tuned in a little bit though. Dial that in and get that going. But there's like a little giveaway you can give to friends, family members, or if you're one of the people who sell at craft fairs or whatever it is, you know, that's a you know, what, $10 tray? I don't know how much people charge for these things. $10? I'd sell those for $10 all day long. You can batch those out. You know, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take a bunch of tools. Oh, I turned that laser off. Oh, man, my ears feel so much better. So just like I said, again, quick and easy. We did these little keychains as well. What else did we do? Did keychains, leather. Oh, we did the church key. Yeah, we did the church key. All tonight. You know, that guy right there. The church key turned out really nice, by the way. I just want to point that out. You got a 3-day event starting tomorrow. See, Scott, how many? I mean, you could churn these things out so quick. Like, that's so easy. If it's a place where you can have it on site and you have like an air purifier and power, you could totally sit here and make custom things for people. Or if you had batched out a bunch of these little trays, you could easily personalize them. Monport even makes the little 6-watt diode handheld you could use. Dennis? Actually, Dennis, I got you, Dennis. It's all right. It's all right, Johnny. I got it. Got blessed with 5 puppies and there's 2 left. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, outside. Okay. Nice and warm. But but you know, we churned out these projects. I had the files ready to go, but like except for the church key, I didn't have that file. I batched that all out on stream. So I mean, you can do these things really quickly when you're familiar with your machine and what it can do, and have the materials on hand. Shortstop on pool. Right on. That's a cool name. But yeah, I mean, you guys kind of you saw the process, right? It's quick, it's easy. We got you shortstop. It's quick, it's easy. You know, once you get familiar with the program and everything, you can churn stuff out pretty quick. It's not something that takes a huge. It's not a huge learning curve. Mahoda, gotcha. Your AC's been down for 3 days. I feel you. I understand. I've had my own shares of troubles. Dennis, Dennis, if you want to get the black marking spray, you can go on to Monport's website to use that spray, or I think we have a link somewhere that takes you to it. Is that correct, Monport? You might have to, Dennis, I got you entered in. You are good to go, man. We have our own HVAC issues, but my shop is air conditioned, and it's separate from the house. So I spend a lot of time out here. Darn, you know. All right, it looks like we've got 14 entries for the for a rotary. 14 entries for a rotary. that we are going to be giving away, and I'm going to change this to 14. Wait, no, you stop. You don't go yet, okay? You don't go until I tell you to go. Can I actually flick this myself? Can I? Oh, I can. Ooh, I get to, I'm in charge, guys. I am in charge. Oh, yes. All right. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Monport Rotary giveaway. Oh my gosh, what a good spin. Number 8, that is Glenn. Glenn Keys, congratulations on your Rotary. Claim your prize, Glenn. Claim your prize. Glenn. What is this, like a $150 Rotary, I think is what it is? Oh, man. There he is. Glenn. Congratulations, Glenn. Congratulations. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. So send an email to sales@monportlaser.com, Glenn. Claim your Rotary from tonight's live stream. They're on the lookout for it, I know. So, quick, did you guys have any other questions about the Reno here? Or what it can or can't do? I think I gave a pretty good rundown on it. As far as what I like and don't like, I wish the bed was a little bit bigger. I wish the how often do I do these live streams? We're gonna be trying to do them monthly, Scott. I'm trying to do them monthly. You despise tumblers. You can do rings, Johnny, with black marking spray too. You know. I've got a little Rotary on my my fiber. I'm not a big tumbler person either. I really haven't even dialed in my tumbler stuff. So the mirrors, Johnny, I've been wanting to try the mirrors. I almost bought a whole bunch of 12 by 12 mirrors just to try out for tonight. Car show hood props. Now that is a niche product right there, but people will buy those. People who spend their money on their cars will spend the money on something like that. You are absolutely right. Yeah, guys, if you have not claimed your black marking spray, use that link right there. It'll take you to their website. I think it already puts the code, or the code's right there too. You've done a few mirrors. Yeah, they look really awesome. Should have bought some. I think I'm gonna try and have some for next stream. Maybe we can do a mirror project next stream. That sounds pretty neat. I was trying to think. I talked about the bed size on the 45, which was a little bit bigger, but that's what the 65 is for. It definitely has a larger bed. I wish the pass-through on the front was a little bit taller, where you remove the piece. That way you can fit thicker things in there, like cutting boards. Other than that, like the setup on this thing was so easy. It's got a little, it's got a pump with an external water container. Yeah, Dennis, they do. Yeah, the 65 watt version of the Reno is a 16 by 24 instead of a 16 by 12. So it's twice as big. Yeah, Aaron, and you can cut out your wood for your frame as well, right? I mean, you can pretty much do everything except for paint it on the laser. Oh, that's one of the mirrors you did. Okay, I've seen that picture. Yeah. I saw it. I've seen it on the Facebook page. Yeah, the autofocus on the Pro is what's key. Like I said, they're coming out with an SE version that will have a camera. So the exhaust is good. I like I said before, I exhaust mine out, so it goes like 16 feet that way, and it has a one, two, at least 3 90s in it. And so I put an inline. Anytime you have a 90 inducting, it adds essentially a bunch of linear feet. I think it's like 4 linear feet for every 90. And so I just put an inline fan from Viver on mine, and I control it with one of these with one of the Wi-Fi plugs, and that way I can hook it up to my Google Assistant. That way I can just say, "Hey Google, turn off the exhaust fan," and it'll turn it off. So now it's off. So it's really nice. So I mean, it's all in the room that's behind this wall right here. It's kind of like my dust room where my grinders and buffers and everything are. But I've had zero issues with the air assist. I've had zero issues with the exhaust. But like I said, I do have a beefier exhaust that ships it out, and it just exhausts straight outside. Anytime you do leather, though, it still stinks. Like you can't exhaust it all out, and I don't know if that's because my exhaust goes out that way, but my door is just 10 feet this way, so I don't know if the smoke kind of comes around, because if you're pushing air out, it's got to be sucking air in from somewhere, and so I don't know if it sucks that air back inside a little bit. Yeah, there's some leathers that I've done that I probably shouldn't do that have a nasty coating on them that it's probably poison. I would not recommend it. AC Infinity fan and a compressor. See, I haven't had to add anything to these. Well, guys, nobody's got any more questions. I'm probably gonna call it right there. I've been live for almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Awesome, guys. Hey, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. We really appreciate it. I hope you guys see value in these streams. We'll be doing more of them, and getting you guys these free giveaways. If you guys ever have any projects that you might want us to do that are within reason, I'm happy to do them. Like I kind of run out of ideas sometimes on what to do. So I thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Congratulations to all the winners. We'll get you guys some more giveaways next time. So yeah, like and subscribe. Get notified whenever we're going to be having these more of these live streams, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Had a great turnout tonight. So have a great one. Y'all take care. See you later.